Here is the brand new Cy-Hawk trophy. Apparently the old one with, I think it had some football players on it, wasn't good enough for the Iowa Corn Growers Association, so they replaced it with a family looking over the day's crop. Again, not really entirely sure what this has to do with football, but I'm willing to bet that Pa is telling little Jimmy there that he better get used to picking corn because he's not going to be smart enough to get into Iowa State. Alright, now that I have you prepped for this little trip down football rivalry and insanity lane, here's my personal favorite of all the really lame-ass trophies. This is the Beehive Boot, and it's it's not really like a rivalry trophy necessarily. It's decided upon who of all the Utah schools has the best record in all of their collegiate sports. It's amongst Utah State, BYU, and apparently Weber State is included in this, even though Weber State doesn't compete in... They only compete in like 2 Division I athletics at the athletic events, so Weber State's never won it because they can't, which is bizarre. So, yeah, congrats on winning Joseph Smith's foot fungus. You can go ahead, put that on your mantle, and your 6 wives will be very happy that you have it. Alright, moving on to Akron and Kent. This is supposedly John Buchtel's real wagon wheel. Ooh, look how blue and gold it is. Look at how it rolls. Lame. You can't drink out of it, and you can't do anything else with it. That fucking blows, just like Kent and Akron. Up next is the Penn State, Michigan State Land Grant Trophy. If it wasn't for all the lasers in this picture, this is easily the stupidest fucking trophy out of all of them. It's big, it's bulky, and it's called the Land Grant Trophy because apparently Penn State and Michigan State are the 2 oldest land grant universities in America. This is exactly the same thing as if the Bureau of Indian Affairs was squaring off the Department of Agriculture, and the winner got a big wooden box full of paperwork. Congratulations. And now the classic, age-old matchup of Fresno State and Boise State. They battle for the milk can. I suppose that this sad excuse for a trophy, the one redeeming factor is you could chug a whole shit ton of Riot Punch out of it. Now we move on to the Sun Belt Conference. Good football there. Troy versus Middle Tennessee State. Battle for the Palladium. Supposedly, it's an ancient Greek statue with mythical powers. Ooh. I could believe that if the trophy was older than 8 years old, didn't have gold paint on it, and one of the teams didn't play in Movie Gallery Stadium. Now we move on to the Mizzou-Iowa State rivalry. They play for the Telephone Trophy. This is probably, you know what, I'm going to lambaste my alma mater later here, but this is probably the lamest trophy. I mean, here's a short history of how this trophy came into being. Oh no, our phones at the stadium aren't working correctly. I can't call my defensive or offensive coordinator. What should I do? I know, let's have a corporate sponsor make us a trophy. And then we'll play for it. The end. Told you I was going to make fun of myself and my university. BGSU and Toledo play for the Peace Pipe. Naturally a trophy that was cooked up by some hippies in Northwest Ohio in the 60s. In this picture, I'm just imagining the conversations that these BG football players are having. They're probably going to go smoke out of the pipe, go get some free shots at Ziggy's, harass everyone that isn't a football player, and then go bang every slut in the AZD house. They are the kings of the saddest little kingdom in all of Ohio. Alright, this is the first in our animal series of trophies. This is Illinois played the rivalry games played between Illinois and Ohio State. Not a very creative name. Illinois, it's just the name of the 2 teams. Mascots put together. Granted, no one was creative in 1925. Interesting story and kind of ironic. It was picked. It was going to be a living trophy that they're going to pass back and forth every year because those kind of turtles, those big tortoises, whatever the hell they are, they have long lives. Well, Illy was a real turtle from 1925 until 1927 when Illy died. A nice long 2-year life. Probably for the best, though, because I couldn't imagine what would have happened to that poor goddamn turtle when the 60s and 70s rolled around. I'm imagining a lot of bong rips and that thing being in tubs full of beer. So, rest in peace, Illy. Our next trophy has the most deceiving name of all. This is Battle 4 between Minnesota and Iowa. A lot of trophies in Iowa. Apparently, they're just really shitty and lame. But this pig is Floyd of Rosedale. Very deceiving name. It sounds more like a feudal lord as opposed to a bronze or whatever colored pig that is, wearing what appears to be a ShamWow. Oregon State. The Civil War. Probably one of the most intense college football rivalries out there. If you're a college football fan, you know that. However, how fucking lame is this trophy? It looks like something I carved in 7th grade to try to make my dad proud of me. And rightfully so, he wasn't, and he hit me in the face. My dad would hit whoever carved this platypus square in the face. See, these next trophies are a little bit more functional. However, they're still really fucking weird. The first is the Bayou Bucket, which is the trophy that goes to the winner of Rice and Houston every year. Bayou Bucket. I feel like there's a Katrina joke here, but I'm not going to go that route. Instead, I'm going to go a little more salaciously here. The Bayou Bucket sounds like a strip club where you go to get lap dances from one-eyed girls named Mavis. Next up, we got Indiana versus Purdue. The Old Oaken Bucket. Winner gets to clean the stadium after the game. Congratulations. See, I think these trophies must be related. This next one is between Indiana and Michigan State. It's the old brass spittoon. So I'm assuming that if Indiana loses this, they're going to use the Old Oaken Bucket to clean up all of Michigan State's chewing tobacco. That makes perfect sense, actually. Alright, now we're going to get into some ones that you actually might be proud of winning. At the very least, they're kind of cool looking. This first one is TCU and SMU, the Old Iron Skillets, Texas Christian and Southern Methodist Universities. The Old Iron Skillet. At the very least, it's utilitarian. I mean, you can cook some bacon on it. You can hit people with it. If you're in a cartoon, you can flatten the Wile E. Coyote completely with it. You can use it as a symbol in your little garbage can band. I don't know. It's got some good uses for it. So, yeah, I like this one. This next trophy, these trophies are getting a little bit more badass now. Next trophy is between Cincy and Louisville. It's called the Keg of Nails. There's 3 things dudes like: football, beer, tools. This trophy hits that nail right in the head. See what I did there? I saved the best for last year, folks. Paul Bunyan's axe. Battled for tooth and nail by Wisconsin and Minnesota. It's seriously the most badass trophy in all college football. First off, it's like 8.5 feet long. The axe blade is gigantic. When whoever won it the year prior, whenever they come out for this game, they come charging out with a giant axe overhead. It looks like they're going to battle. It's awesome. I mean, seriously, look at this picture. Is there anything cooler than an axe so fucking big that it makes Joe Thomas, who's about 6.5 feet tall, 330 pounds, look like a very tiny man? I think not. Paul Bunyan's axe, best trophy in college football.